The Indiana Fever are entering a new era, one filled with both challenges and opportunities. After years of rebuilding, the team is now poised to make significant strides in the league. The team has a young core and a new coach, bringing fresh energy and a renewed sense of purpose. This combination of youth and new leadership is expected to bring a dynamic change to the team's performance. Stephanie White is now at the helm, and her experience and strategic mindset are seen as crucial assets. Her coaching style emphasizes teamwork, discipline, and a strong defensive game. The Fever made the playoffs in 2024, however they still have some roster needs to address. Despite their success, the team recognizes that there are gaps that need to be filled to sustain and build on their achievements. The Fever need a backup point guard. This position is critical for maintaining the pace and flow of the game, especially when the starting point guard needs rest or is dealing with injuries. They waived Grace Berger, leaving a void in the roster. Her departure has created an urgent need to find a reliable player who can step into this role and provide stability. They also need a true center. A dominant presence in the paint can make a significant difference in both offensive and defensive plays, providing the team with much-needed balance. Finding players for these positions will be crucial. The recruitment process is already underway, with scouts and coaches working tirelessly to identify the right talent. The Fever are aiming to build a championship-contending team. Their ambitions are high, and they believe that with the right additions, they can compete at the highest level. Addressing these roster needs is a step in that direction. Strategic planning and careful consideration are being put into every decision to ensure the team is well-rounded and competitive. The Fever have a solid foundation with players like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. These stars bring exceptional skills and leadership, forming the backbone of the team. But shoring up the point guard and center positions is essential. These roles are pivotal in executing the team's game plan and ensuring that both offense and defense are robust. The team's success hinges on finding the right players to complement their star duo. The chemistry between new recruits and existing players will be key to their overall performance. The front office has some decisions to make in the coming weeks. These choices will shape the future of the team and determine whether the Fever can rise to the top of the league. The Indiana Fever have been busy this offseason. They have made several roster moves. The Fever waived Victoria Saxton and Grace Berger. Both players were reserves. These moves suggest the Fever are looking to reshape their roster. They are aiming for a balance of experience and youth. The Fever signed Sophie Cunningham, Jaylen Brown, Natasha Howard, and Dewana Bonner. These signings add depth and experience to the team. Cunningham, Brown, and Howard are all proven veterans. Bonner is a former WNBA champion. She brings a wealth of experience to the young team. The Fever also re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell is a key player for the Fever. She is a dynamic scorer. Keeping Mitchell was crucial for the team's offensive firepower. These roster changes indicate a shift in strategy for the Fever. Katie Lou Samuelson presents a unique challenge for the Fever. As a player with immense potential and a proven track record, her presence on the team is both a blessing and a conundrum. The Fever must navigate the complexities of her contract while considering her recent performance and future prospects. Her contract is a significant factor. It's not just about the numbers on paper. It's about what those numbers mean for the team's overall strategy and financial health. Samuelson is set to earn $180,250 in 2025. This figure is substantial, especially when considering the salary cap and the need to balance the roster. This is the highest salary on the team. Her salary is guaranteed, which means the Fever have committed a significant portion of their budget to her. This limits the Fever's financial flexibility. With such a large portion of the budget tied up, the team has less room to maneuver when it comes to signing new talent or retaining other key players. Samuelson's recent performance has been a concern. Despite her potential, her on-court results have not always matched expectations. Her shooting percentage dipped to 35% in 2024. This decline is troubling for a player of her caliber and raises questions about her consistency. This drop in efficiency is a red flag. It suggests that there may be underlying issues affecting her performance, whether they be physical, mental, or related to team dynamics. It raises questions about her role on the team. Should the Fever continue to build around her, or should they consider other options? The Fever need to decide if Samuelson's contract is worthwhile. This decision will impact not only the team's financial health but also its competitive future. Samuelson's absence in 2023 adds another layer to the situation. Missing an entire season can have significant implications for a player's form and fitness. She missed the season due to pregnancy and childbirth. While this is a joyous occasion, it also means she has been away from the game for an extended period. It remains to be seen how she will perform upon her return. The transition back to professional sports can be challenging, and the Fever will be closely monitoring her progress. Her performance in the upcoming season will be crucial. It will be a key indicator of whether she can regain her previous form and contribute significantly to the team. It will determine her future with the Fever. The team must weigh her potential against her recent performance and decide the best path forward. The Indiana Fever are exploring trade options. Katie Lou Samuelson's contract is a major factor. The Fever are looking to free up salary cap space. A 3-team trade is a possibility. This type of trade would involve multiple players and draft picks. The Chicago Sky and the Golden State Valkyries are potential trade partners. The Sky need a shooter like Samuelson. The Valkyries are an expansion team. They are looking to acquire talent. A 3-team trade could benefit all parties involved. The Fever could acquire a much-needed backup point guard in the trade. Lindsey Allen and Dana Evans of the Chicago Sky are potential targets. The Fever could also acquire draft picks. These picks could be used to select a center in the upcoming draft. A trade would reshape the Fever's roster. It would also give them more financial flexibility. The Chicago Sky, a potential trade partner. The Chicago Sky present an interesting trade opportunity for the Indiana Fever. With their current roster, the Sky have a mix of experienced players and promising young talent, making them a team to watch in the upcoming season. The Sky have several players who could interest the Fever. Their depth in various positions, especially in the backcourt, makes them a valuable trade partner. Specifically, their point guards are a valuable asset. The ability to control the tempo of the game and make crucial plays is something the Fever could greatly benefit from. Lindsey Allen and Dana Evans are both capable backups. They have shown their skills in various high-pressure situations and could seamlessly integrate into the Fever's system. They could fill the void left by Grace Berger's departure. Berger was a key player for the Fever, and finding a suitable replacement is crucial for their success. The Sky are looking to contend for a championship. Their recent performances have shown that they are serious about making a deep playoff run. They need a shooter like Katie Lou Samuelson. Her ability to stretch the floor and knock down shots from beyond the arc is exactly what the Sky need to elevate their game. Samuelson could provide valuable spacing for the Sky's offense. Her presence on the court would force defenses to spread out, creating more opportunities for her teammates. Her shooting ability would be a welcome addition. The Sky have been looking for a consistent outside threat, and Samuelson fits that role perfectly. A trade could be mutually beneficial for both teams. The Fever would get the depth they need, while the Sky would acquire a sharpshooter to bolster their lineup. The Fever could leverage Samuelson's contract in a trade with the Sky. This move would not only address their immediate needs but also provide long-term benefits. They could acquire a point guard and potentially a future draft pick. This would give the Fever more flexibility in building their roster for the future. This would address 2 of their roster needs. The Fever have been looking to strengthen their backcourt and add more young talent to their team. The Sky would get a much-needed shooter. It's a win-win situation. Both teams would come out stronger, ready to compete at a higher level. Golden State Valkyries, a new franchise, new opportunities. The Golden State Valkyries are a new franchise. They are entering their inaugural season in the WNBA. The Valkyries are looking to build their roster. They are open to acquiring players through trades. The Valkyries could be a potential trade partner for the Indiana Fever. The Valkyries have the salary cap space to absorb Katie Lou Samuelson's contract. They could also offer draft picks as compensation. The Valkyries need a veteran presence on their team. Samuelson could provide leadership and experience. The Valkyries could choose to keep Samuelson or waive her. If they waive her, they would have even more salary cap space. This flexibility would allow them to pursue other free agents. The Valkyries are an intriguing option for the Fever. A trade with the Valkyries could be beneficial for both teams. Lucy Olsen, a draft prospect with potential. The Indiana Fever have the option to draft a backup point guard. Lucy Olsen is a promising prospect. She played college basketball at a major program. Olsen is known for her court vision and passing ability. She is a capable scorer. However, there are concerns about Olsen's readiness for the WNBA. She is still raw and needs to develop her game. The WNBA is a significant step up in competition. The Fever need to decide if Olsen is ready to contribute immediately. If the Fever draft Olsen, she will likely be a backup in her rookie season. This would give her time to adjust to the WNBA. She could learn from veteran players. The Fever have a decision to make. They must determine if Olsen is the right fit for their team. Defensive prowess, the key to WNBA success. Defense wins championships. This adage holds true in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever need to prioritize defense. They need to establish a defensive identity. A strong defense can make up for offensive struggles. It can also create easy scoring opportunities. The Fever have the personnel to be a good defensive team. Aaliyah Boston is a dominant defensive presence. She can guard multiple positions. The Fever need to build around Boston. They need to acquire players who are committed to defense. The Fever need to develop a defensive scheme. This scheme should emphasize communication and teamwork. The Fever need to be disruptive on defense. They need to force turnovers. A strong defense will be crucial for the Fever's success. The road ahead, building a championship contender. The Indiana Fever are at a crossroads. They have a talented young core. They also have some glaring roster needs. The Fever must make shrewd decisions this offseason. Their goal is to build a championship contender. The Fever need to address their backup point guard and center positions. They can do this through trades, free agency, or the draft. The Fever also need to prioritize defense. They have the potential to be an elite defensive team. The Fever are a team on the rise. They have a bright future. With the right moves, they can compete for a championship. The Fever are a team to watch in the coming years.